Aloha, it's Eric Geimer again with Behave Hawaii LLC. I am an LBA here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and we are providing no waitlist ABA in-home services to those in need who are currently covered by HMSA insurance. If you'd like, please feel free to reach out to us here. And I would like to talk to you today about a little process that we utilize to build trust with our clients called pairing. It's one of the first things we will do in the home, whether we are doing one-on-one direct service LBA with the parents and with the child in the home, or if we are having a model where we bring in the registered behavior technician, the RBT, they will also pair, led by we, the LBA. And simply put, pairing is a process of building trust with the client. And that's so important. And it's important whether we are a clinician, whether we are trying to build a therapeutic relationship, or really if we're just trying to utilize the benefits of behaviorism with a neurodiverse population and those within it. So if you think about what we're doing during ABA therapy, what I would say if I was using, let's say, a non-clinical term, if I was just talking to you, person to person, the way I could best communicate my own theory of what we're really doing is we're helping build habits. We're guiding the creation of habits, of behaviors that are adaptive and that are acceptable to everyone involved in a situation. So, if a neurodiverse learner has learned that the way that they can get attention, for instance, is to scream really loudly or maybe to undertake aggression in the form of hitting or kicking or scratching or pinching. What we would do is we would work to change that habit to a new learned behavior, right? Maybe using a picture exchange board, or maybe using our words, or maybe using an AAC device or sign language, whatever the learner's most comfortable with, that everyone else in the situation can also be comfortable with. And to do that, we need to have trust. So essentially what we need to do is we need to establish the understanding that if the client gives us what we want, we will ensure that the client gets what they want. And that's true whether we're an LBA, an RBT, or if we're a parent and we're dealing with our child, our son or daughter. So the pairing process, it starts very simply, and then we do something called shaping it, shaping the process, shaping the behavior, to change things over time, to be more amenable to sort of the general experience of life. So we can do this at any point. It includes if we're a parent. And the way we would go about it is all of a sudden, and I like this phrase that was gifted to me back when I was still a registered behavior technician by an LBA I was working with at the time. They said, Eric, you want to become, for the first moments, days, this first week you are with your client, Santa Claus at Disneyland. You want to learn quickly what it is that your client enjoys in the moment, and you want to provide them a good deal of this, more than they would typically get, within reason, while keeping everyone safe and making sure that no situation spirals out of control. And then, once the client knows that they can expect these good things that they want from you, you can start to shape their behaviors to be more amenable to earning that reinforcement. So for instance, let's say that the client is enjoying making a puzzle. Okay, maybe we set an upper bound on puzzle play. And the client can have 15 minutes of puzzle. And after the 15 minutes, the client can choose. What do they want to do next? It can include more puzzle time. But first, they have to tell us what it is they want. Maybe the client isn't used to doing that. Maybe your son or daughter isn't used to communicating that. And so instead of communicating, maybe you've experienced a challenging behavior. So what we want to do is we want to adapt that. So at first, we're going to guide them. And if we get any approximation of what we want, great. They chose more puzzle time, they get some more puzzle time. Over time, we're going to make sure that they're telling us more of what we want to hear, right? Hey, I need more puzzle time, rather than just an approximation of that. If we're looking for, verbosity from them. And then they're getting a little bit less. So maybe they're not getting a quarter of an hour of puzzle time before we have them ask us, hey, can I have more puzzle time? Maybe they're getting 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Let's say they're getting 10 minutes and they ask for more time. Okay, maybe they're not getting another 10 minutes now. Maybe they're only getting another 5. Or maybe we start them out, in week 3, they get 5 minutes of puzzle time. They ask for more time, they get 2 more minutes, right? So we're shaping toward a situation where they're understanding they can get, what they want within the bounds of everyday life. Because sometimes you've got to go to the store and the store is going to close. And so you've got to leave now. And you can't leave your kiddos at home alone, right? And the other parent is off at work. So you need them to understand, hey, you can have 30 more seconds of this activity, buddy. But after that, we got to go. So that's kind of what we're working toward when we're talking about pairing and shaping. And of course, this is a very basic example. However, this is enough of an example to communicate how we do what we do, why we do what we do, and how you can do it too. And part of what we offer at Behave Hawaii, we can offer what they call parent training to kind of teach you the same methods and practice with you as you practice those methods with your own children so that you can benefit from behaviorism in the same way that we do when we're working with our clients, your children, your family members, members of our community here in Honolulu and Hawaii. I want to thank you so much for taking this time to spend with me and talk a little bit about building these therapeutic relationships and how we may be offered to help you work with challenging behaviors and building behavioral repertoires for your children and family members in the home. Thanks so much, and until next time, aloha.